Hello, welcome to episode 2 of Pokemon Dates. But this time featuring myself. I just want everyone to know that episode 1 was supposed to be purely just acting, but unfortunately there wasn't 100% honesty displayed. So I want this to be an important reminder to be honest and upfront, especially on camera, to set an example for other young adults and kids. There was a moment during this experience where, online and offline, where I was led to believe that it wasn't just acting. However, for me, it became a reality for a moment, and because of that, real life feelings got affected. One thing I keep close to me is that basic respect shouldn't have to be asked for repeatedly. Repeated actions with no effort to prevent it from happening again is a choice. And it speaks volumes about how they view you. You have to love yourself 110%, because if you love yourself at 50%, someone else loving you at 25% will seem like a lot. This applies to everybody, especially women and young girls. Women need to know their self-worth and know that they are strong. Do not let anyone control you. Do not let anyone manipulate you. And do not let anyone take your self-worth away. It's okay to experience pain, and that's how we learn and grow. How you treat another person is a reflection of who you are. Remember, life is too short. Do you want to be someone who takes advantage of others for your own personal gain? Or would you rather be someone who enhances the lives of others, not only yourself? Do not wish ill intent to the other party, but rather still respect them. Encourage them to find true happiness, and wish them all the best. And then just move on. Be honest with your intentions, because the truth will always come out. Respect the hobby, the cards, and the people in it. And in return, the hobby will treat you well. I am now going to share a portion of my collection with you, which is 100% mine, by the way, and I am really proud and happy to say that I grew this collection organically over the years. This collection is built on honesty, friendship, and love, so I hope you enjoy. Okay, where to start? Because I kind of came up with this idea really quick. Everyone was so supportive. They wanted episode 2, so I had to improvise. Okay, so we have first edition Galariark, first edition Chinese Charizard. This is my absolute favorite because I'm Chinese. French first edition Charizard. We have my base set Charizards. I was buying a lot of copies back then, but I ended up selling many to my friends and grading a couple of them. So you don't need so many. We have base set 2 Charizards, CP6, Korean CP6, Reverse Holo Evolutions. This is Japanese base set. This is my beloved Staff Charizard, one of my favorite Charizard cards that I own. And then we have Legendary Collection, one of my favorites as well. Non-Holo Legendary Collection. Evolutions pre-release. More Legendary Collection. I should have put this in order. And then my Shadowless Charizards. So we have one. I absolutely love this one. This one has a black dot on the bottom left corner. I think that's where the machine was supposed to cut, but they missed. So this is heavily off-centered. As you can tell from the back, it is really off-centered as well, and in great condition. And then there is this Shadowless Charizard. There's a story behind this one. I was in line waiting to meet Mr. Ishihara at Worlds, and someone behind me was pestering me. He really was trying to put the idea in my head that I can get rich quick. And I was trying to brush it off, but he kept trying to convince me. So I actually handed him one of my Shadowless Charizards to get signed. And Mr. Ishihara did not like the vibe from that person, so he gave them a really quick signature. You'll see later that the signature Ishihara gave me was actually really good, but this one was kind of blotched. The one here is to give power. He gives power to everybody. I'm not upset about this because this actually taught me an important lesson. No matter what, don't give in to greed. So every time I look at this card, it's a reminder that Ishihara is telling me to not give in to greed. And so yes, these are all my beloved Shadowless Charizards. I actually have more that I want to show. I recently got these graded. One of my base set Charizards came back a 9. Also, my Legendary Collection Charizard came back a 9 as well. These are absolutely like the must-haves of my collection. I really enjoy these. Okay, we have my CP6 Charizards. Yeah, I should have put all of these in order. We have 2 Gem Mint 10s from Bobby. We have some Evolutions Reverse Hollow 9s. And then regular hollows. We have a Hollow Bleed, actually. This is from a good friend of mine. His name is Shadowless Charizard. Go Rez. He has my back no matter what. Like, he is such a good person to me. And he kind of gifted me this card that I will cherish forever. And then more Evolutions Hollow. And then a Legendary Collection non-hollow PSA 9. We also have my Shadowless Charizards. They're graded. Actually. So, I worked really hard recently to pick up a mint Shadowless Charizard that was pack fresh. That was my goal. I ended up getting this copy because it was completely pack fresh. The only thing wrong with this one is the centering is really off. Like my life. So I was like, I'll pick it up. In the future, I'll upgrade. This one was from a good friend, Orange Zard Hunter, John. He had an off-color, like light Shadowless Charizard that wasn't sun bleached because it has like red speckles all over the hollow, and the wing is the same color as my other Charizards, so I don't believe this is sun bleached. I actually graded this card for him, but he later wanted to sell it, and then I'm gonna buy it to crack it open, so I think that's funny. First edition. This is my first edition PSA 5 Charizard. It is very clean on the front, and the back is pretty nice. The only reason why I got a 5 mostly was because there's some kind of dent, like imprint line on the card from the pack. Yes, I didn't pull this though. The reason why I like this Charizard was I bought it at a very young age as a Beckett card. It was Beckett 7, and I took really good care of the case, and I took it everywhere with me, and then I decided to crack it open because the card was very dirty inside. I cleaned it, I sent it in to PSA, and it got a 5. I'm really happy with the 5 because usually Beckett 7s are around PSA 5s anyway, and then the value at the time was the same. And I'd rather have in a PSA case. So this card makes me really happy. It reminds me of all the hard work I put into retail and my restaurant jobs to afford this card. This one, I would like to announce that I own an 8.5 Beckett First Edition Charizard. What's special about this one is that it was actually sent in by a really good friend of mine. His name is Let's Do 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 Do. I always say that every time he joined my live streams. But unfortunately, I lost him in February. And his card came back later on. I reached out to the family and we worked something out. They were so kind to me to let me start paying this off. And I'm really happy it turned out the way it did because I can still like help them. And in return, I get a piece of my friend back. And every time I look at this card, it makes me really happy. I wish he was here with me right now because he was always so supportive, telling me to keep going. Every submission that came back, he purchased a bowl of pho for me so I can keep up my strength. So I will forever cherish this card, and it reminds me to keep loving because life is too short. Thank you, Stan. Okay, moving on to Shadowless. My Shadowless stack. We're just going to go through these really quick. I'm just going to go through like half a stack because this is too big for my hands. Okay, Ninetales. I love these Ninetales. Oh, and I have a no damage era Ninetales that I absolutely love. I hope to pick up another one in the future. So that's cool. We have the Venusaurs. First edition Nidoking. Sometimes I pick up the first editions if they're decently priced. I can't say no to a good price. So this is why it's so important to not make rash decisions. Don't make impulse buys. A good price will pop up eventually. Just be patient. We have dark border Magnetons and the light border Magnetons. Same with Zapdoses. Some are dark, some are light. Same with Raichus. I think they're both kind of dark. We have my two Chanseys. One is dark, one is light. My Clefairies. Oh, one's first edition. Mewtwo's. I know some of you guys are probably asking, this girl's crazy. Why doesn't she grade these cards? Well, to me, I really enjoy my cards ungraded. I don't need to pay a company to tell me what I already know about my cards. So putting them in the cases are nice, but it's just a bonus for me. I love the cards just the same if they were ungraded. So these are my Hitmonchans, my Machamps, my Blastoises, and my Poliwraths, my Shrimps. Also, just saw this, we have a Magikarp. By the way, guys, did you know my favorite Pokemon is Magikarp? I really like Magikarp because it reminded me of how I was treated in the past and present. I always have a tendency to attract the bad in people, or just attract bad people in general. A lot of my friends say I catch red flags like I catch Pokemon. So yeah, that's my history. I'm always attracting bad. And when I saw that Magikarp was treated poorly in the episodes, I'm like, I can relate to that. What I like about Magikarp is that with enough love and training, it will eventually evolve into a Gyarados. Gyarados will remember and destroy the whole world. There's a saying I always say, you made fun of my splash, and I will splash in your blood, but non-violently. I also have a Team Rocket set. I have a Charizard Unlimited instead of First Edition because I am too busy right now to crack open my Dark Charizard from a case, a PSA case. So I'm still waiting for time to crack it open. I would like to give a shout out to Ryan Honda. You have been incredible to me. Nothing but nice and so supportive with my collecting goals. So thank you, Ryan. I would also give a shout out to Walker, WVG Pokemon. I've known him for a long time and he has been super supportive as well, so loving, and just all around a great guy. I wish we were able to talk more, but I know life is really busy. Hopefully after PSA season ends, I can catch up with everybody. Thank you for having patience in me. So after these Team Rocket sets, I do have some no symbol cards that I enjoy. This was from Ray C. Ray C recently went through a heart surgery and he made it through. He's making a full recovery. So I held on to this card thinking of him. And then we have Victory Bell, Pidgeot. Yes, I do have a Porygon somewhere, but I kind of lost it. Maybe it's under my bed. I forgot to share this Shadowless Pikachu. This card was gifted to me from Gem Mint Pokemon. I think he was one of the first people I met in this community. He reached out to me to do a Jolteon commission, which is still, surprisingly, his profile picture to this day. I want to give a shout out to Zach. Thank you for seeing potential in me, not only as an artist, but also as a serious collector. And thank you so much for what you do for this hobby. Oh, I owe you one drink. I would like to go over my Neo sets. This is going to be quick as well. So we're just going to skim through these. Thank you so much, Hosh808, for helping me out with these Neo sets. He has been a phenomenal client / personal friend. He is someone that I would befriend. I mean, I guess I'll befriend everybody, but he's just someone that is so wholesome, so adorable. His personality is awesome to me. And I just can't say like enough good things about him. He has helped me so much in this hobby, and he guided me through thick and thin. I want to give a shout out to Hosh. This is a card that he sold to me. I will cherish it forever. It's his first edition Lugia Holo. In really good condition. Also, a couple of unlimited Lugias. We're just like gonna skim through these. My T17 from my cousin in New York. He always calls me Shrimp because I was very frail and weak back then. But now, like, he stops calling me Shrimp because I'm a lobster. I'm not a shrimp anymore. Shout out to Alex. My Typhlosion. Bunch of... Ooh, I like these. Dark Espeons. I like them so much that I got more than one copy. Dark Gengar. Houndoom. Shout out to Sylveon on the beach for the Celebi card. She has been very supportive of me and very, very pleasant to work with. I'm glad I'm able to get close with her. And I feel like she is one of my closest friends, even though we don't talk much. Crobat. Delibird, Feraligatr. Ooh, I like these. These are my Ho-Ohs and an Entei. These are my Ho-Ohs from Hosh. We have first edition and unlimited. What I like about these is that one's a glass hollow is what I call it. Glass hollow, and one is the regular hollow. Glass hollow is when you see through the wings, the feathers of the wings and tails. And then the regular hollow is when you see everything. So you can see like the difference, right? I have it in unlimited and first edition. These are cards I will forever cherish from Hosh. Houndoom. I love this art. Jumpluff. Magneton. Treevis, Porygon, Raikou, and Suicune. I also have a stack of legendary cards that I purchased at a card store a while ago. I purchased a lot of them from Hosh too. I'm still missing a few pieces, so I hope to complete them soon after I free up more free time. So I really like these cards. I've been trying to buy out a lot of near mint condition ones for my binder. I remember for these cards, I purchased many PSA 8s and 9s back then just to crack them open. It was so affordable, and that's when I started working on this set. So I got a lot of these pieces for less than $20. I absolutely love the holos of this set. They were so affordable. I just liked the artwork. And I guess the first edition, Fossils, Jungles, Team Rockets, they're so expensive. So I opted for the Legendary Collection holos. So that's how I was able to acquire these. We have a huge stack of my black and white cards. You guys probably know what my favorite card in the black and white series is. It's the Plasma Storm Charizard. These are just my ungraded copies. So I have a couple of these. I absolutely love these cards because it's just, I don't know. I just like the gold and the red. It's just very fiery to me. And then we have more in this stack. So yeah, all my Charizards. And you guys know the rest. A whole bunch of black and white series cards. Yeah, I'm probably... I just like Charizard. These guys are just bonuses. But Charizard is the main one I'm after. I really like Rayquaza as well. The magenta in the background really gets to me. And then the last of the black and white cards. Maybe I'll grade my duplicates. I haven't really decided yet. Oh, I really like these guys. I love shiny Charizard so much. I try to pull every single one that I can. We have Chinese, Hidden Fates, English, Japanese. This is Portuguese, Korean. And then we have Japanese, Shining Fates, I think. Japanese Shining Fates. Or no. Yeah. Sorry, Japanese Shining Fates. I'm derping. I always derp. Chinese Shining Fates, Korean, and the English ones that I pulled. Shout out to Near Mint Games, Aaron, for one of these Charizards. And the VMAX Charizard that I pulled. Also the 2 Charizard VMAXs from my friend Jose. Thank you so much, Jose, for being a wonderful moderator. You are so amazing at what you do. And because of you and many other of my moderators, I don't have to worry a thing about my Facebook group. Like, you guys have it handled. Like, I'm so impressed. I'm so grateful. Also, cheers. I have a drink. Speaking of shiny Charizards, I do have my graded shiny Charizard collection here. We're just gonna wing it. What's in this pile? We have Shining Charizard Neo Destiny. This is a card I purchased and graded myself. And then this one is from Walker. Thank you so much, Walker, WVG Pokemon, for this amazing Shining Charizard. We have English Hidden Fates Charizard, Gem Mint 10. Thank you so much, Hosh, for giving this as a gift for, I guess, grading cards for him. We have Japanese. 3 of them that I purchased and graded Gem Mint 10s. We have a Gold Star Charizard from EX Dragon Frontiers. This card was given to me by a fan of Alex Agloza. I think Alex Agloza is a national championship winner. And a fan really enjoyed Alex's content. I was an administrator for Alex, taking care of his Facebook group. So I guess this fan wanted to give me his Charizard for good luck. So thank you so much. I think his name was Edward. Charizard EX Dragon Frontier. What I like about this card is I purchased this card in a dirty sleeve and dirty top loader on eBay. Everybody thought it was damaged, but I trusted my gut and it ended up to be in mint condition. I got it graded with PSA and it came back a 9. This was one of the first, I think this was in the first submission I ever sent out to PSA. We have some Champions Path, Shiny Star V. I said Shining Fates, my bad. My bad. So a whole bunch of these that I'm collecting. Speaking of Gold Star Charizards, I want to quickly go over my Gold Stars. Alakazam. We do have Gold Star Registeel and Regice in Chinese. But we're missing Regirock. Recently, I managed to win a Chinese Regirock. Do I crack this open or do I grade the other two? So I'm still deciding. Gyarados, Regice, another Gyarados. My Gold Star Rayquaza. I have a Gold Star Espeon as well, but it was graded. This was given to me as a birthday gift by my friend Inti Michael. Thank you so much for this 21st birthday gift. We're still friends to this day. And he's been super supportive. He gives me the truth and nothing but the truth, no matter how blunt it is. That's what I like about him. Jolteon, Vaporeon. We have my Gold Star Charizards in Japanese. I think this is Italian, German, Raikou, my Suicunes, and my English Charizard. More Gyaradoses, Mewtwo, Pikachu, and Celebes. So yeah, you can tell I really like Gyaradoses as well. These are my ungraded Gyaradoses. Okay, you guys know what this stack is. This is my Shining Magikarp Gyarados stack. This fan club promo Magikarp was sold to me by my good friend Will Teeves. He is such an amazing person. I'm just really grateful to know amazing people. He managed to help me find a lot of Japanese products, and I finally was able to buy one of his most prized cards in his possession. Thank you so much, Will. Hopefully I can see you one day in Japan when I visit. We have Shining Magikarp. Let's just do it this way. 1 second. I love Shining Magikarp, so back then I used to purchase as many copies that was put in my lap. It's kind of excessive. Thank you so much, Gem Cutter, for the Shining Magikarp. Some of these are from friends. Yeah, it's a tad bit excessive now that I think about it. First edition Shining Magikarp. This is the signature from Ishihara to Bonnie. Look how beautiful that signature is. It's perfect. Perfectly done. I love it so much. So, Ishihara, I had the pleasure of talking to Ishihara in 2014. I don't know if you guys can see the picture. So that picture was, okay, let me share it with you guys. This picture was drawn by me. Ishihara saw the picture and he stopped doing what he was doing, and he got a translator to come over. He talked to me. He asked me where I was from, what I do, and I don't remember exactly what I said, but I was shaking and I was like, blah, 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 blah. I wasn't speaking straight. He looked at the picture and he took out his markers. He gave me a really awesome signature of Pikachu, and he had a huge smile on his face, which is what I remembered. He handed back the picture and he bowed. I bowed back. I'm like, thank you, thank you. And when I walked away, I passed out. I sank to the floor holding on to this picture, and I cried and cried and cried. That was such a life-changing moment. For some reason, he talked to me and he gave me his blessings. I think he still has energy like watching over me. His energy is still watching over me to this day because I can feel it from this picture. Magikarp. Thank you, John, a mere collector, for the shiny Magikarp. Thank you so much, Squirtle, Greg, for this shining Magikarp. Oh my god, I love Greg so much. He is such a good friend. He's one of my closest friends in real life as well. He has done so much for me, and he has taught me how a man should treat a woman. But he's also silly, so so he makes me laugh. But I think one thing I can take from Greg, if you're watching this, Greg, is thank you so much for treating me well and for showing me how a man should treat a woman. Thank you so much, Dan, for this Japanese Magikarp. From Walker again. And my Shining Gyarados. I tried collecting a lot of Shining Gyarados, but I prefer Magikarps because that's my favorite. But I'm not going to say no to Shining Gyaradoses. This is from Hosh. First edition, and yeah. I would love to show you guys my collection, but unfortunately time is running out for this video. I would like to close with something I want to share. It is one of my favorite quotes from the Bible. Specifically, it's from Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4 to 8. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no records of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. Even though I care and love another, I love myself enough to acknowledge my own self-worth, to walk away from any disrespect and nonsense. Remember, you have to love yourself 110%, because if you love yourself at only 50%, someone else loving you at 25% will seem like a lot. Thank you again, and I wish you guys the best.